up, y'all? We are here, as you see, for episode 3 of the Challenge All-Star Season 4. Another great episode. Honestly, it's another great episode. It's a lot of drama. I got some thoughts. It was quite funny. I'm not going to lie to you. But, yeah, thumbs up the video. Drop the comments down below. Subscribe if you are new here. Subscribe if you are new here and you happen to click on this video because I'm going to be here. Because Challenge 40 is also filming and it's seeming like it's going to be a good season. So I'll be here for that. But most importantly, if you love what you're hearing from me or at least have something that you want to say, drop it down below. You can spam the comments. I don't care. Just give me some engagement because that helps push me out. That helps push the videos out. It's free of charge. I'm not asking y'all for nothing but that. And please thumbs up the video. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and get on into it. All right, so we get them coming back to the house, and we got Veronica pretty much talking about how she's relying on Rachel and Tina because she knows the people are watching them. Like, Tina now has a star, Rachel has a star, and it's like, okay, these 3 that are already built in as a core 3, 2 of the 3 have stars. So at this point, Veronica's like, okay, if I don't get my star, it's going to be an easy shot for them to take a shot at me. So Veronica's expecting that. We get a scene of Cam and Leroy. They're literally, I think it's a FaceTime. If it's not a FaceTime, it looks like it might be a video recording of their son back at home. Cam's getting emotional, obviously, which is pretty odd because I think this is the first, well, not odd, but it's the first time, well, it seems odd because I feel like this is the first time in all of Cam's reality TV history that we've seen her cry, if I'm remembering correctly. Cam was a very strong woman and she kind of like, we would never really see her cry, just like I say about Natalie Nunn. Natalie Nunn, you rarely ever see her cry on TV. So to see that was pretty touching. Of course, Leroy's sitting there pretty much comforting her as well. But Cam's talking about how she's going to do whatever she can to win. We know Cam is a competitor. Cam is not the type of competitor that comes on these shows that is scared to make moves because she's scared she might possibly go home because of it. Cam is there to take risks. Cam is there to win. She can win. She's smart. She's athletic. Like Cam, and then she's strong. Like she's got everything it takes to be a champion, and she's not scared of nobody, and she's not scared to make moves, which is why I love her, which is why I always want her on the seasons when she does come. But she's saying like she would love to win, but if she doesn't win, she gets to go home to the best baby in the world. But if she does get to stay and everything works out for her, she gets to compete for the money. So Cam's got a win-win situation regardless. And Leroy starts talking about how he's okay with being a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad if Cam wants to continue to work, aka be on the show. I was laughing at that, but I was really laughing at the fact that Leroy is on this TV as a barber. I don't know if y'all noticed it, but he's on TV as a barber with that hair looking like that. Leroy, come on. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. But we get another scene of Rachel pretty much telling Ayanna that anytime she hears any bad talk about Ayanna, she tries to like big her up, kind of like defer from that energy. And Ayanna's pretty much sitting there with Rachel and Tina, pretty much saying that she is feeling the chilly vibe since Janelle has left, aka she feels that people are not liking her, they're not trusting her. And Ayanna and Rachel pretty much have gotten close in the offseason, and they will protect each other going forward in this game. So that's a built-in alliance. But then we get another scene of Tony going to pull Nicole, and he pretty much lets her know that he got a call from his brother that some shit was going on back at home. We don't know exactly what it was, but I'm assuming it's something personal because he has to leave. And he pretty much wanted to tell her that. He tells her he wants her to kill it, and he hopes that she wins the game. But he packs it up, goes home, says he will be back for another season, which we know, I think he was on season 40. So, yeah, we'll see Tony again. But we got Laura and Nicole sitting outside together, and Laura is already trying to comfort Nicole. I was like, I told y'all last week. I told y'all the first week, or the first episode, these two were going to find their way back to each other, and look, they're already doing that. Laura's saying, like, they have had their trouble in their rocky relationship, but she wants Nicole to feel like she can trust her, at least have somebody to vent to whenever she's feeling what she's feeling, because she has trouble expressing her emotions. And Laura says she can be there for her, even though the relationship has been up and down. And I'm like, here we go. This is the start of when they start to get back into that same cycle that they're always in. And of course, Nicole is sitting there stating that she needs Laura in this game now. I'm like, here we go. Here we go. But we get to the mission. TJ pretty much lets him know that Tony is being replaced by Syrus. love Syrus. Syrus comes out. Everybody's excited. Syrus looks good. Syrus looks like he is in some good shape. He says that he's in the best shape of his life at 51 years old, and he's expecting to win. He wants to win. That's what you should come onto the show. You should never come onto a game show, expecting to lose. Because if you expect to lose, you probably are going to lose. If you have that good positive energy, there's a chance that you could possibly stick it out and go the way. But they are playing dominoes, life-size dominoes played in pairs. So they have 11 racks of dominoes. In the center of the lane, there's a shared domino, and they have to correctly line 10 in a row where all sides that touch have matching numbers of stars. And there's 2 extras that don't work that they have in there, so they're trying to throw a curveball. But the first pair to complete it will win. And if they have a star, that star is safe. So the last 5 pairs are going to make up the losing group. And, very important, and it's a double elimination this week. They're shook. I was like, oh, shit. Okay, here we go. But they pair up, and it's time to go. Like I told you last week, with these, if it's nothing too big to talk about while they're doing the mission, I'm skipping right on through it. The winning team was Averey and Adam. They dominated. They won. Averey's excited because she wanted Adam to get a win and get a star, and she's excited at the possibility of possibly going back and getting her star because, as we know, Rachel stole hers. Cara and Ace, they were next to finish. Then Nicole and Jay, Laurel and Brandon, Jasmine and Steve. Jasmine's excited because this is the first challenge so far this season that she was not in the bottom. And Cam and Ryan are the last of the middle group to finish. The rest are in the bottom 5 up for Jeopardy to go into the elimination. And those teams are Brad and Rachel, who were struggling, which was shocking but not shocking. Because you look at the 2 of them, physically, they look like they would be able to finish it quick. But then again, it's dominoes. And they didn't have the right strategy. Syrus and Ayanna, Leroy and Flora, Veronica and Derek, and Tina and Kefla. Those were the bottom 5. I don't think any of those really shocked me besides Brad and Rachel. But that's what it is. And Kefla said, like, 3 niggas in the bottom, basically said 3 niggas in the bottom 2, in the bottom 3, aka him, Syrus, and Leroy, on dominoes in Africa. I was like, exactly, like, y'all should be embarrassed. But they head back home. Veronica knows that her and her girls, the mean girls, because Veronica, Rachel, and Tina, they're all in the bottom 5. Veronica's like, this is the prime opportunity for these people to split us up, so she's expecting that. Brandon, Jasmine, and Flora, we get a scene of them talking about how Ayanna is literally digging her hole. And Flora brings up to Brandon and Jasmine, like, did I tell you about what I heard from Ayanna? And Brandon was like, I heard it. Like, Ayanna was in the middle. I think this is at the end of the mission. She was telling Syrus quite loudly that she wants to split up Leroy and Cam because Leroy is in the bottom group and Cam is safe. But when you look at the bottom group, for the men, we got Brad, Syrus, Leroy, Derek, and Kefla. And she's talking to Syrus, and Syrus and Kefla are close. So they're hoping that they can work something around that. Brad, I don't think Brad has too many connections, but I don't think anybody's really looking at Brad as a potential threat. And then you got Derek, who's also not threatening. And then you got Leroy, who's got Cam and already has a lot of alliances that could protect him. So that's where I think she's thinking. But Ayanna is Ayanna. She's all about the mess. So Brandon said he heard her, and Jasmine said she's playing a sloppy game, but she loves Ayanna outside of the game. But she knows she's not good for her game in this house. And Brandon says, like, I'm aligned with Cam and Leroy. They're very well connected in this house. So why the fuck would you try and shoot at them right now? And he's like, I ain't with it. So it's very interesting to see this. Brandon was cracking me. This was one of Brandon's episodes. Brandon was cracking me up this episode, but we'll get to it. But we get Kefla and Syrus outside. They're excited about being back in the house together. It's been so long since they've really been together, especially on the show. They're talking about how they're expecting to go into the arena because they know out of everybody in the house, they don't have too many active relationships. When I say active relationships that they've had over the recent years that come in as a pre-existing alliance where they know they're going to be protected. And out of everybody in the house, those 2 are the least connected. So they know it's a numbers game, and they know it's a strong possibility they will be the 2 going into the elimination. But they head out to the bar, as they normally do after the missions and stuff. And Cam is pretty much telling Laurel, Cara, and Rachel that she's going to have a chat with Ayanna because apparently she's coming for her and Leroy. was like, I'm like, the drama about to happen. But Laura's like, are you sure? And Cam says, yeah, like, I've heard she's been making comments to other people. Cam says she's disgusted because they're roommates, and for her to be slick doing that shit behind her back is not fine with her. And I can see why Cam would feel that way. Because I feel, the way I see it, it's a game move. But my thing is if it's a game move and you're doing this, don't be up in my face acting like you cool, doing slick shit behind my back. That's the way I would feel. I would respect it if you up front with me saying, okay, look, you a threat to me in this game and I want you out. Okay, I can respect that. But don't be sitting in my face smiling, acting like you're not doing shit like that behind my back. Because then we'll have a problem. But Laurel says she doesn't know if it's true or not. It could be true, but the only way to squash it is going to the source. I'm like, thank you, Laurel. Work. So Laurel goes and finds Ayanna. She's laying on like this bed out there, which I thought was pretty cool. But they had a bed like in a room. So Laura goes in there and sits down there with her and pretty much asks her, like, what's your preference in terms of how the elimination should go? And Ayanna says she would prefer to not go against Rachel. Obviously, we know they're close, but we really know out of the 4 girls down there, besides Ayanna, Rachel is the only one you don't want to go against because Rachel's the hardest one to beat. So I see that's why Ayanna really doesn't want to go against her. But Ayanna starts getting emotional in her confessional, talking about how she'd like to buy a house for her children with the money because her oldest 2 have never really had a room by themselves. And I'm assuming they might live in an apartment, but she wants to win the money to buy a house for them. Quite interesting, though. Keep that in mind when she's talking about the kids, because we got something to talk about later on, but we're going to get to it. So we get back to the house, which we're about to get to it now. Cam goes to confront Ayanna, and Ayanna is asking if it's game talk. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, well, I'm exhausted. In this moment, you could tell she's trying to avoid it because she already knew what was about to happen. And she knows she did what she's about to be confronted on. So Cam said, well, I want to get it out. And she addresses it. She's like, I heard you was out here trying to get us out. And Ayanna's swearing on her children that she did not say that. And they ran the tape back where she's literally saying that she wants them out. I'm like, Ayanna, you crazy. You are crazy. Swearing on your children, knowing for a fact that you said that is wild. But Cam says so many people, the few people, she's pretty much saying, so the few people that came to me, you trying to tell me that they lying to me. But she couldn't even get it out because Ayanna goes and says, hold up, let's go. And walks out to go and find the people. Cam was like, what the fuck is going on? I tried to come to you on some like secluded shit, not trying to make a scene, but here you are trying to make a scene. Which, in my mind, I'd have been like, okay, it's clear you said it. The way you acting, the way you couldn't just deny it and just be like, okay, no, I didn't do it. That says everything you need to know, but we're going to get to it. So she goes around looking for everybody, talking about, show me the people, show me the people, show me the people. Is this how Killer Cam works? That's what she's saying. And Cam is looking at her like, please, like, relax. And Ayanna saying, you can't show me the people. You can't show me the people. And everybody's starting to come to this room. And Ayanna then asks Brandon, who's sitting there, did you hear me say this? Did you hear me say this? Brandon said, I ain't talked to you in the last 3 days. And I died laughing, but Brandon knows because Brandon's one of the ones that told her. But Jasmine and Leroy come out. And like I said, most of the house is out there in that room now. And Brandon is cracking up in his confessionals because he knows he heard it, but he didn't say anything because he didn't want to like air himself out. But Leroy and Cam also are trying to avoid pretty much outing the people that told them, aka like, I trust these people. I don't want to air them out to make them look like they're out here ratting and snitching and working with me. So it's smart for what Leroy and Cam are trying to do as well. It's good. That's how you keep trust with people. You don't air them out. But Ayanna's sitting here hollering. And Cam said, first of all, relax. Like, basically, bring it on down. We know Cam is not the one to fuck with. Ayanna and Cam going at it is quite interesting. You got 2 very alpha women going at it. But Ayanna then gets direct. This was so funny. She got straight up in the camera, like talking to the camera, broke the 4th wall and everything, saying like, if they want to frame it against me to get me out and vote me out, then whatever. And I started laughing because I'm like, that's literally what you did to Janelle. And it's funny how it's now starting to flip on you. But Jasmine, she starts to say, well, not Jasmine. Ayanna says Jasmine knows she done called my ass at 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when she was going through all her shit. Jasmine overhears it, and Jasmine starts hollering, bitch, I don't know who the fuck you... Because at this point, Ayanna is pointing her finger at her because they're going back and forth. And Jasmine said, bitch, I don't know who the fuck you pointing your finger at. You got the wrong one. And Ayanna said, yeah, you are the wrong one. And then they start getting into it. And I'm like, damn. But Cam, Brandon, and Leroy's faces in this scene had me weak. And that's going to be my thumbnail. But hilarious. But they finally separate them. But I want to mention this too. Ayanna is great TV. I like watching her because she is great TV. She's a lot of drama, which is what you need. But I cannot not see this. She got into it with Janelle on episode 1 or 2, whichever one. Her and Jasmine are starting to have issues. And her and Cam are starting to have issues. What is the common denominator? There's only 4 black women. Take Ayanna out of the picture. She's going at it with the only 3 black women in the house. I don't want to say it, but I'm saying it. So, anyways, they split them up. Ayanna's back in the back with Rachel and Tina. And Cam was pretty much saying, like, she asked her respectfully, and she came out here acting up, which was true. Ayanna's back there with them crying, saying nobody backed up what Cam was saying on that line. And Rachel's telling her not to let it get to her. And I'm like, yeah, nobody's backing it up because why do they need to at this point? Everybody knows it's probably true what you did. But Ayanna says Cam's underestimating the fact that Ayanna has real friends in the house, not Instagram friends in the house. I'm like, okay, okay. But the next day we get Cam, she's she's pumping breast milk for her son while she's filming, and we find out like if she can't pump, eventually throughout this, she's pumping the whole season. So if she can't pump enough breast milk for her child, she said that'll be the deal breaker. That'll be what will send her home, which I completely respect it and understand it. But she said she expected way more out of Ayanna because Leroy's pretty much asking her, like, if we sit y'all down and have a conversation, would you be ready for it? And would you want to go for it? And Cam said no. She said she no longer exists to me. And at this point, she's like, she's dead to me. I don't care to talk to her. I don't want her in this house. And Leroy's like, okay, I agree. I stick with you. And that's what you should do. That's your fiance. That's the mother of your children. Good on you, Leroy. But Cam wants to throw in Rachel against Ayanna because she knows that's the best bet to send her home. Leroy is down for it. Then we get in the scene of Rachel talking to Cara, pretty much saying that she's close to a lot of them people, pretty much saying Cara is. So Rachel is trying to find her way to get Cara to hopefully not say her name. And she says she will respect Cara if she doesn't say her name because both of them would have stars. Well, Cara has a star, and she wouldn't take her star if she respected what her wishes are and doesn't say her name. Rachel is fully expecting Ayanna to go down. She doesn't want to go down against her, obviously. And Cara says that she respects Rachel as a competitor and she wants to protect her and will vote her way even if she is the outcast. I'm like, okay, this is where Cara and Cam's rift starts. I already knew in this moment that's where it started. So we get to the deliberation. Brandon's saying that Kefla and Syrus are fine with them voting them in because that's what they've already stated. Nobody had a problem with that. So those are the 2 men that are going down to the elimination. Cam opens the floor about the women's discussion, and Brandon says that he will vote for Ayanna twice, but that would mean that she would come back. So it's Ayanna and Rachel. So everybody started laughing. I was dying laughing. Like I said, Brandon was having a funny episode. Cam said, clearly I'm voting for Ayanna. Rachel is the best chance of getting her out, and I would appreciate if y'all would have my back in this vote. I see where Cam's coming from, but I also like the fact that not a lot of people were wanting to do that because I like when people play their own game. That's why I love All-Stars. People play their own game. You got people coming back that play their own game. Even though the rumblings that we've heard about season 5, I might not even watch that if what's being rumored to happen happens. But Rachel, Cam says that. Ryan says that he's voting Ayanna and Flora because Rachel is his friend and he just does not feel comfortable voting her name in. Nicole ends up voting what Cam wants. She backs Cam. Jasmine also backs Cam. Ace votes in Ace. I be forgetting Ace is even there, but he voted in Ayanna and Veronica because he didn't want to vote in Flora. Laurel votes in Ayanna and Tina. That's a burn vote. Cara gets to her. She votes Ayanna because she didn't like the way everything went down last night, but she's trying to protect her star and can't say Rachel's name. Cam is not happy about it. Cam's like, this is a pussy move. Like, why are you not backing me up when you're one of the only people in this house that I've had an existing friendship with for 5+ years, and there's people who I just met who are backing me before you're even backing me. I see where Cam's coming from, but I also see where Cara's coming from because Cara's playing her own game. But I see where Cam is coming from, why she's pissed. But Cam says if Ayanna goes up against Flora, she's gonna come back, which is true. Like, Ayanna is very likely going to beat everybody down there except for Rachel. So she feels like Cara doesn't have her back, and rightfully so. But Rachel and Ayanna are the two that are going in versus Syrus and Kefla. So those are the four that are going in for elimination. The boys are ready to go. Ayanna knows that Cam has shot her shot at her and it landed. So she's not shocked about it. So we get to the elimination. It's called down the tube. They got this giant tube with a giant ball. They start on opposite sides. The goal is to push the opponent and the ball out of the end of the tube as fast as you can. The first person to get it done twice will win the elimination. TJ asks Adam and Averey if they want to go down there and get some stars or get her star back, aka if you're Averey. Both of them decline, so the elimination starts. Kefla in the first round took Syrus out with ease. I was like, okay, Kefla got it. Second round, Kefla is hollering and pushing, and Syrus at this point has a decent strategy. He's like kind of stuck and stalling, not trying to use too much energy. In my mind, I was thinking he was trying to let Kefla gas himself out and then try and push him out. But it didn't work. Kefla won again, and he won that elimination. It was funny because whenever he got out of it, he cramped up. Everybody's like, oh, shit, like, stretch it out. And then he started twerking. That shit was funny. But Ayanna and Rachel. Ayanna had Rachel shook in the first round because Ayanna was pretty much kind of manhandling Rachel, and I was shocked. And then she started talking shit to Cam, saying, if you're going to come down here and get me, you got to get me your damn self. Cam said, what? Like, what are you talking about? And in my mind, I'm thinking Cam's like, why don't you finish the elimination before you come up here talking shit? That's what I was thinking. But Ayanna was now pulling the Syrus strategy by trying to sit there and stall. But Rachel won the first round. Jasmine was pretty much saying Ayanna is toxic as fuck and she does not want her back in the house, so she wants her out. The second round, Rachel sends Ayanna home, so easy wins for Kefla and Rachel. Ayanna says she's going home with love and integrity. I said, integrity? After you just swore on your children knowing you was lying? That's crazy. But Kefla ends up stealing Brad's star, which, smart. Rachel has her opportunity to steal a star. She already has a star. So she's like, do I have to steal one? TJ said, yes, you do. You have to steal either a man or a woman's. Rachel goes and steals Tina's star when she had Cara Maria up there. Gave it to Veronica, and Cam clocked the fact that Rachel is playing a punk game. Because Cara's right there. We know you could have took her star, but essentially that would make an enemy out of Cara. But it's like, you got one of your friends up there, Tina, and you could have stolen Cara's to give to Veronica, but you stole Tina's to give to Veronica. So now you got, it's like you playing a scared game because you don't want Cara to come after you. So I see where Cam was coming from, but that was the end of the episode, y'all. Another great episode. Episode 4 is on the way. Episode 4 looks like it's going to be good. Let me know what y'all thought down below. Please drop your comments. Subscribe if you are new. But yeah, drop a lot of comments down below. Let me know what y'all thought. Please thumbs up the video. That helps push the video out. Last video did look good. It's getting better in the views. But yeah, let's push this one out too. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, y'all. I literally just came from the gym. And the weeks that I work from home, I'll probably get it out on Thursday. Try to do morning, but if not morning, night. And the weeks that I work at home, hopefully I can get it out on Wednesday night. So yeah, thank y'all for watching if you do. And I will see y'all next week. Peace.